It was September 15th, 1940, and the Battle of Britain had been grinding on for 2 months. Hitler's plan to destroy RAF Fighter Command and gain air superiority over Britain was taking far longer than expected, but Hitler was still optimistic. His Luftwaffe commanders were sure the RAF was near defeat. To this day, historians disagree to what extent that may have been true. With a patch of good weather expected, the Luftwaffe planned its largest attacks of the battle. A massive two-pronged raid including over 600 fighters and 500 bombers were to attack military targets, important rail lines, and Thames dockyards in London. September 15th, 1940, today remembered as Battle of Britain Day, was the largest air battle of the campaign. Among the RAF fighters responding was a Hawker Hurricane of No. 504 Squadron, piloted by Raymond Towers Holmes, known to his fellow pilots as Artie, a nickname taken from his initials, R and T. Holmes saw a formation of 3 Dornier Do-17 bombers headed for central London and roared in for the kill. He later explained, "I saw 3 Dorniers on their own. I shot one of them down. The other 2 turned round and I gave chase after them. All the other aircraft had disappeared. I discovered I was heading for this Dornier when I fired. My guns didn't operate. My ammunition was used." Then a radical thought. There he was, coming along, and his tail looked very fragile and very inviting, Holmes said. So I thought I'd just take the tip off the tail. I just went on in and hit for 6. I thought my aircraft would cut right through it, not allowing for the fact that his plane was as strong as mine. The closing speed was in excess of 400 miles per hour. The Hurricane hit so hard it tore the entire double tail section, essentially the back half of the bomber, clean off. The bomber did a somersault so hard that the G-forces and the weight of the engines caused them to separate, and it plummeted down. But Holmes's Hurricane was crippled, stuck in a dive. He pulled back the windscreen and bailed out. The wreck of the bomber crashed in the forecourt of Victoria Station. His Hurricane nosedived into the intersection where Buckingham Palace Road meets Pimlico Road, its massive Merlin engine punching through the road and burying most of the aircraft. Artie himself landed safely on his parachute, his feet dangling in an empty dustbin. Witnesses to his act of bravery were able to tell him where both the Dornier and his Hurricane had crashed. Miraculously, no one had been killed by the crashing planes and debris. Then they took him to a brewery on Pimlico Street, where he enjoyed a brandy before returning to Chelsea Barracks. Archie Holmes, making his gallant sacrifice at the risk of his own life, in broad daylight and in view of the whole capital to save Buckingham Palace, became the symbol of the RAF victory in the Battle of Britain.